Well, hi everybody. Welcome back to Weekly Musings. You know by now I'm Dr. Ron Caskey. You're on my site and appreciate you watching this. Don't forget to click on the link of the new informational site. RonCaskey.com, that's where it all happens. But we added a while back a new informational site, and it's RonCaskeyWealthBuilder.com. Check it out. There's a 15-minute video graphic presentation over there on more on the safe money side of things, and it's cute, it's good, costs thousands of dollars, but I think it's well worth it to get this message out in an additional way. So RonCaskeyWealthBuilder.com. Don't forget to check that out. Also, if you want my email newsletters that go out every weekend, somewhere between Friday morning and Sunday morning. It depends on when I squeeze that in. But if you want to sign up for those, right here it is on the website. And you've got a lot of free stuff here. The booklet on IRAs, the booklet on annuities, all of this stuff, and it's all free. It doesn't cost you anything. So check out the website and go check out RonCaskeyWealthBuilder.com. For today's weekly musing, I announced last week, I would take the third in Rick Pitino's 10 steps to success. The first one was build self-esteem. You do deserve victory. Go for it and don't quit. Number 2, set demanding goals. Dreams are where you're going. Goals are how you're going to get there. And then I said today we would start with number 3, always be positive. Now I'm going to tell you something. This may go against the grain and no big deal, but I'm going to tell you something. You may need to cut negative friends or relatives out of your life. You may need to get with them Christmas or birthdays or something like that, but outside of that, cut negative people out of your life. And just get rid of them. I don't mean shoot them, but leave them alone. Don't hobnob with them. Don't fellowship with them. I made this decision years and years and years ago, probably 40 years ago now, was to just rid my life and my activities of negative people. It's my choice who I hang around with. I don't hang around with negative people. And if you're always going to be positive, you got the news. Oh my goodness, I watch the news, but sometimes I have to just turn it off. I can't if you feed yourself on a steady diet of negative stuff, whether it's the newspapers or magazines or the news or listening to whatever, there's no way you can be positive every day. So if you're going to be positive, cut out negative people from your life, whether that's negative friends or negative relatives. Just choose not to hang around them. And then look at every day as a new opportunity. This is still on number 3, always be positive. Look at every day as a new opportunity. Now, I understand life has speed bumps. Life has roadblocks. Turn the roadblocks into hurdles. You can always clear hurdles, but you can't clear roadblocks. So if you're going to be positive, every morning when you get up, you've got to look at that day as a brand new opportunity. I remember, and I had this marked earlier, and I think I left it. I'll find it for next week so I don't just keep wasting time here. But I had a saying here that I was going to read. I'll find it next week. But look at every day as a new opportunity, and then live in the present. One of the problems that people have in overcoming, whether it's habits or relationships or bad experiences, they just keep living in the past. They just keep living in the past. I see people do this with people who have died, and they just keep going back and remembering these people who have died. Life goes on. The Bible, there's a verse in the Bible where it says, in the evening my wife died, in the morning I did as I was commanded. You say, well, that's cold. Well, yeah, but you got to live every day in the present instead of the past. You can look to the future, but every day there's 24 hours in your bank today. How you live that day is your choice. Who you let influence you every day is your choice. So if you're going to be positive, stop living in the past. Okay, you screwed up. leave it behind you and move on, whether that's on the job, something you said, something you did, somebody in your life, some bad experience, somebody died. Stop living in the past. You can't do anything about it. Start today living in the very present. Make today everything that you possibly can and work toward tomorrow and the future. Number 4, establish good habits. Establish good habits instead of bad habits. I remember one of Zig's trainings when I worked for Zig, and he's talking about how, in fact, I may still have one of these books, How to Raise Positive Kids in a Negative World. And he said in raising kids, he said it's easier to make the kid's bed than to struggle through the days or weeks or months that it takes to teach that kid how to make his bed. I don't care when you start, 3 years old, 4 years old, I don't know when you start, but you got to teach this kid to make your bed. I've seen adults don't make their beds. Zig says, and in most houses, the bed is the biggest piece of furniture in that room. Now think about this. Let's take your kid's room, for instance. That bed is the biggest piece of furniture in that room. If you allow, you say, I'm tired of teaching you how to make your bed and you don't want to make it, forget it. I'm just going to leave it in a mess. Well, here's the problem. That bed is the biggest piece of furniture in that room. If that bed is disheveled and the covers are messed up, that entire room is messed up. On the other hand, if you teach them how to make that bed, it's not going to be perfect. The corners aren't going to be square. You can't bounce a quarter off the sheets like the Marine Corps, but at least it's made up and it's straightened out, and they'll get better at it. And my whole point in that is, when I'm talking about establish good habits, I'm talking about being organized and being somewhat tidy in your life and have a purpose for everything that you do in your life. And I think that starts with making your bed in the morning and tidying up the bathroom and then the bedroom. And then if we work from home, sometimes I've got a small office here that doesn't have a big enough desk in it, and so I catch myself filing stuff on the floor until I just can't stand it. Then I'll organize it and put it away. But for the most part, my vehicle is organized, my office is organized, Janine's office is organized, our house is tidy. We live here. Now, I don't know about you, and it's okay. It's everybody to their liking, but I go in some homes where they want you to take off your shoes when you go in, and that's okay. That's a cultural thing or whatever. When people come into our house, we live here, and so we say, leave your shoes on, of course, unless they're muddy and snowy and stuff like that. But anyway, establish good habits in your life. Good hygiene. Establish good eating habits. Establish good drinking habits, if that's the case. Establish good organizational habits, having a place for everything and everything in its place. It'll make your life a lot easier and a lot less stress if you have an organized life around you, whether that's your bathroom, your bedroom, your home office, the living room, the kitchen, everything needs to, you got to stay up with stuff if you're going to establish good habits and be organized in your life. Here's one more, and I won't get all the way through this one, but number 5. These are Rick Pitino's 10 steps to success. Number 1, build self-esteem. Number 2, set demanding goals. Number 3, always be positive. Number 4, establish good habits. Number 5, master the art of communication. Back to my shiny lure training that I did a few weeks back. You know, we're inundated. They say people are inundated with over 3,000 pieces of information a day trying to draw you into their shiny lure, their way of doing things or whatever. It's all about whoever is the most effective communicator will get you on their team, on their sales force, sell you their widget or service or whatever it is. It's all about good communication. And when we start there next Sunday, We'll start with communication with your kids and then go up from there. Thanks for listening. I'm Dr. Ron Caskey. Have a great week. Bye.